are watching Where Are They Now with your host, Dianne Hart. Now here's Dianne.
Good evening. Welcome to Where Are They Now? I'm your host, Dianne Hart Lowman, and tonight I have the distinct pleasure of interviewing a singer or songwriter, Mr. Creole King. How are you this evening?
I'm good. I can't complain.
Won't do you any good anyway. Nobody wants to hear it.
And nobody got $1 million to make it better.
Let's jump right in. Where are you from?
I'm from New Orleans, Louisiana. I grew up I'm from uptown New Orleans and a little town right outside of New Orleans called Shrewsbury. I spent equal time in both places. But home is Shrewsbury. I got to make sure I say that.
Yeah, you make sure you acknowledge that. What school did you attend?
I went to Riverdale High School. Shout out to the Rebels.
Did you go off to college or did you choose a different path?
School of the Hard Knocks.
Nothing wrong with that. Believe that. How old were you when you determined that you might want to be a singer?
Well, it's funny because that was not my initial intent. My mom has siblings that are younger than her, that are about 10 years older than I am. And so naturally they did a lot of babysitting, right? So, I wanted to make them laugh. So I would imitate anybody I saw on TV or heard on the radio. And for them, that was Tevin Campbell, that was Jodeci, Drew Hill, people like that. And all it took is for one girl to tell me I sounded good, and I figured I found my lane, right?
Right. How old do you think you were at that point?
Ooh, let's see. When I first started, had to be maybe 10 or 11.
Okay.
Yep.
So does anybody else in your family sing?
I have a twin brother that's also musically inclined, and he produced a song that you guys are going to hear tonight. He's also musically inclined. He's a singer and a saxophonist and a producer.
Wow. And he's your twin?
Yeah, we twins.
You all shared something in common, music.
Yeah.
Let me ask you this. Let's talk a little bit about who influenced you the most, do you think, in pursuing your music?
Ooh, that's a tough one. That's not necessarily a linear answer for me.
Well, give me what you can give it to me as long as you need to. It's okay. Who influenced you?
There's a guy from the neighborhood. His name was D Smooth. He was a rapper, and I remember he was a rough guy, right? So he had to beg my mama to let me go to the studio, and he had heard me singing in the neighborhood, and so he brought me to the studio. So I would say he made it look possible. What I saw on TV, he made that look possible for me. Took me to the studio for the first time. But as far as my biggest influences was probably, I would say, as a singer, KC from Jodeci, Cisco. I know it's not popular to say anymore, but R. Kelly.
It's okay.
Just people who kind of had this similar vocal timbre to me. But as far as songwriting, Stevie Wonder, Babyface, and the Beatles.
So you like the music that they wrote. Is that what impressed you enough to say, maybe I can be a songwriter?
I didn't realize it initially, but what drew me to it was actually a little deeper than just liking the music. I liked the stories behind it. I liked the inspiration that led to the songs. Right, and to try to decipher that from the music. So like finding little Easter eggs in the song lyrics to kind of like hint at why they wrote it. I found myself wanting to know more of that.
And there's absolutely nothing wrong with that. Have you written for anyone else?
My brother. And I have friends back home that I've written for as well. I featured with local acts from New Orleans, Fifth Ward Weebie, God rest in peace. Partners in Crime, they're a legendary group from New Orleans. My first time hearing myself on the radio was with them. So I did some writing on the work that I did with them.
And you and your brother, you all have been collaborating and writing music together?
Pretty much all our lives. Yeah. And we fight like cats and dogs.
Songs do you think you have in your catalog?
Definitely over 100. If we talking all time, at over
Yeah.
500 all time. But right now, good enough to do something with, I say about 100.
So do
Yeah.
you plan to do something with some of those songs? Or are you just going to let them sit in the catalog?
The hardest thing for me being an independent artist and not having somebody who kind of like manages my catalog, who can mine for value in something that I maybe have, kind of let go of.
Mhm.
Um, it's hard because the newest song is always the best to you. That's the one you most attached to. That's the story you've lived the most recently. So there's a bit of recency bias, right? And so I would say some of those songs will never see the light of day.
Why? Do you not think they're good enough to see the light of day?
I do think they're good enough. It's just if unless I find myself going back to them, so I can't say they'll never see the light of day. But eventually they'll find their way.
So are you a Southern soul singer?
I'm more than one thing, right?
Mhm.
Let me explain my name, and that'll kind of like give a little insight. So my name is Creole King, right? And growing up in New Orleans, you have the Creole influence, right? So that's when the Native Americans, the African slaves, and the Europeans who settled that area, when those cultures started to blend, what came from that mix was called Creole, right?
Mhm.
To give it a name. And so I come from that heritage. So my music is a blend of influences, just like my heritage is a blend of influences. So that's why I call myself Creole King. So Southern Soul, we called it ballroom music in Louisiana, right? That was the music you would hear at the ballroom. I grew up right around the corner from the ballroom, right next door to the ballroom, right? So that's the music that would play on Saturday nights as I was growing up. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
they were like very important places in the neighborhood. So that influence was always there. However, I respect the craft and the culture of Southern Soul too much to say that I'm a Southern Soul artist. You got too many people who occupy that space who's been boots on the ground, so to speak, from the beginning of it. And I wouldn't dare disrespect the work that they put in.
Oh, but no, it doesn't. It does. I don't think it'll disrespect the work that they put in. But hey, if you're a Southern soul singer and you have that soul and you're singing the songs that tell a story,
Yeah.
then hey, you can be a Southern soul singer too. It's lots of room out here. This is going to be about a $50 billion industry. So there's
Wow.
plenty of room for everybody to be able to get in.
I received that.
Oh,
I appreciate
absolutely.
it.
There's room for you to be able to do whatever you want to do and whatever genre that you choose. So that's great, though. That's great. So let me ask you, you talked about the gentleman that took you to the studio for your very first time. Is he
Mhm.
still singing?
He still does music. I don't know to what degree he does,
Hmm.
but we talk often, especially over social media. And he's always encouraging me. He's very proud of what I've done with what he gave me, which was
Yeah.
the inspiration and the understanding that I could do it too. You know what I mean? It was somebody who I grew up seeing and who was tangible to me. Um, you know, and so I still see him and I still talk to him.
Oh, that's great. And then you talked a little bit about some of the people who have influenced you. You said maybe I shouldn't say that name,
Hmm.
but if he influenced you, you absolutely
Oh,
should
he
say
definitely
that
influenced
name.
me musically. Definitely.
We can't become
And
who
I
they
agree
want
with
us
you.
to be.
I'm honestly I said that very tongue in cheek. Um because
Well, then
as an
tell me
artist,
who influenced you.
R. Kelly, he's one of the greatest songwriters ever. He's one of the
Yeah.
greatest artists, especially specifically of the 90s and the 2000s.
Right.
You don't have that era without him and his influence. So we can't rewrite history.
That's right. And that's exactly how I feel. Hey, he influenced you. That's who influenced you.
Right. Now,
All
as
the other
somebody
stuff.
with daughters, I do have to distance myself
Yeah.
from the behavior.
Right. But we're not talking about his behavior. We're strictly
Right.
talking about his music and how it influenced you.
Right.
So, and people should be able to distinguish between the two. I think they can.
Right. And I'm Creole, so two things can be true at the same time, right?
What you say, Creole makes it possible for it to be two
Yeah,
things at the same time.
yeah.
I like that. So, who else have you played with? Have you done a song with your brother?
Oh yeah, several. I'm probably one of the best. I've done more songs with my brother than anybody else. That's my lifelong collaborator. Absolutely. He does he has a really deep voice, so he kind of like sound like Barry White. And so his music is kind of like on, tailored to that style, but he can produce anything. There's nobody that arranges songs the way he does.
So, you have your very own producer right there with you at all times. That's
When we're
great.
not fighting,
Well, what are the two are you fighting over?
being right, being wrong, the sky is blue, grass is green,
Y'all just like to fight with each other, but I
is
know
love.
yeah, yeah. That is too funny. I can only imagine. What does your parents think about you all in your musical careers?
If you ever were at a show and I'm on stage or my brother on stage and my mama's in the audience, you would definitely know that gotta be their mama. Or my dad. My dad is the same way. We did Showtime at the Apollo when we were in high school. We won. We were in a singing group together, and we won on Showtime at the Apollo. Shout out to the other members of our group, Jerry and Rich. My dad went to New York with us, and you could hear him over everybody in the crowd while we was on stage. So that was just hilarious.
And you all actually were the winners.
Yeah. Yeah, this was when Steve Harvey was the host.
So, do you think that is what got you started, really started, and said, oh, we can do this and become stars, great stars? What do you think?
I think part delusion, part naivete, because you see what you want, you don't necessarily see what it's going to take to get it. We believed long before we was good enough to really, you know what I mean? Like, it was definitely delusion.
But you were good enough to win.
Oh, yeah. Well, honestly, we got by on confidence more than anything else.
So basically, what you're saying is, I don't think we're the best singers in the room, but I think we have more confidence than anybody else. Is that what
Yeah.
you're telling me?
Well, that's absolutely true. There's been plenty times where there were like groups that had better harmony than us. They might have dressed better than us, but we was like the total package. We had it all. We had everything just good enough. And just the confidence level we came in there with, I think we scared a lot of people out of their confidence.
You didn't scare the judges, and they're the ones that ultimately voted for you. You won. You didn't win because of your confidence. You won because your music was wonderful.
Yeah,
Yes,
we definitely
you were
were.
dressed good, and all the other parts went together. But obviously, you had the best sound because these people are looking for music. They can look past the rest of that. So
That's
if you
true.
won, that means you all had something. And how old were you when that happened?
Let's see. We had just made 18, so three of us were 18, and the oldest guy was Rich. He was like 4 years older than us. So we were kids, really.
Yeah, you were still kids. So now, after winning that show, what happened? What was life like after that?
People recognized us at the gas stations. We got a taste of what celebrity was like, and it definitely went to our heads. Absolutely went to our heads. We didn't practice as much. We didn't. We just this is probably gonna go well. That's what we do. We winged a lot of it, and I think it's good that we had that experience and the humbling that happened because of it. Because now that we're older and we're pursuing our endeavors and whatnot, to keep a level head with any measure of success.
Right.
So that's what happened after Apollo.
So you learned a valuable lesson.
Yes.
So let me ask you this. When was the first time that you all actually did a paying gig?
The talent show, we got paid for the talent show. All of the well, actually, when that year we were a special guest in a bunch of different local talent shows. So we got paid for those gigs. But consistently being paid for gigs, I'd say the first time maybe we was like 23. Coming because I live in Atlanta now. When I moved to Atlanta, I became a consistent gigger. Not as consistent as my brother though. He's full-time music.
So you're not full-time music with your brother?
No, I got a mortgage. I got a mortgage. Hey,
So then let's talk about your other career and then we'll go back to your music. So what else do you do for a living?
I'm a blue collar guy, right? That's why the stories I tell have blue collar stories to them because I work in the airline industry. I'll say that, and I've done cable. I can do like home remodeling stuff like that. I can do all of that type of stuff. Anything to do with my hands, I can do it. So if it's gonna make $1, I'm pretty much out there hustling
Because you have a mortgage.
because I got a mortgage, hustling and singing at the same time.
I know that's right. There's absolutely nothing wrong with that. And many of the people that I interview have regular jobs. Many went on to college, they're college graduates. Some people went back to teach at schools, but
Yeah.
many of them continued to work as they performed. And then eventually some of them said, you know what, I'm done with work. I'm just going to
hmm
pursue my music. So do you have a family?
Yes, I've been married 21 years. I have a daughter. I have 3 daughters and 1 son. I have a 20-year-old daughter. I have a 18-year-old daughter, 12-year-old son, and a 5-year-old daughter. Started all the way over.
Yes, you did. There's nothing wrong with that. At least you do understand that
Yeah,
I have to keep a consistent job until my music
until something breaks.
grows. Oh,
Absolutely.
yeah,
And I think
absolutely.
that's what attracts me to uh, the Southern Soul blues market as it is
Mhm.
now, especially coming from the perspective of a songwriter. Um, I can tell these stories.
Right,
You know what I mean? The ones that are not necessarily attached to the bright lights, those blue collar stories. The guy that's making ends meet. The woman who's coming home tired because she's been working all day. She's working 2 jobs, and just these are the stories that people resonate with people.
right.
I want people to find themselves in the stories that I tell with my songs.
That's absolutely important. So I can understand that. And there's nothing wrong with being a blue collar worker.
My dad's a blue collar guy, so I'm proud of being blue collar.
I know that's right. We're going to take a break and we're going to listen to a song that you wrote. Or did you co write this song with your
No, I
brother?
wrote. I wrote it. My brother did the music.
Okay, so we're going to listen to a song that you wrote, and it's called Saturday Night. Now, when we come back from break, we're going to talk about what inspired that song.
This song goes out to everybody in a situationship. What's understood don't need an explanation. Me and no girl got a standing arrangement. She ain't gotta call me baby, gotta call me her type. All she ever gotta call me is every Saturday night. Listen, I know it's complicated from the outside looking in. But we know what works for us. Yeah, me and my special friend. I don't ask no questions. See, she tells me everything I need to know. So I never feel what we got ain't real. Cause every Saturday we know the deal. And what's understood don't need an explanation. Me and no girl got a standing arrangement. She ain't gotta call me baby, gotta call me her type. All she ever gotta call me is every Saturday night. Oh no, we ain't obligated. Oh no, to explain nothing to the world. Cause if it ain't broke, why would we fix it? When it's working for me and no girl. Listen, no, it ain't for everybody. Cause some people don't need that space. But all I can say is I like it that way. As long as I get my call every Saturday. Oh, it's understood. Don't need an explanation. she ever gotta call me. It's every Saturday night. Come on and help me say Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, every Thursday and Friday. The Saturdays is for me and my boo. I say Sunday, Monday, listen, baby. Too busy every Thursday and Friday. The Saturdays is for me and my boo. I say Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, too. Too busy every Thursday and Friday. The Saturdays is for me and my boo. I say Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, too. Too busy every Thursday and Friday. Saturdays I'ma come on through.
Hello, Detroit. This is Dianne Hart, host of Where They Now. It's time for the 18th Annual Detroit Black Music Awards Show to be held August 2nd, 2026 at the American Siberian Memorial Hall, 19940 Van Dyke Avenue, Detroit, Michigan. Red carpet starts at 6 p.m., showtime 7 p.m. For further information, call 313-549-7400. Again, that's 313-549-7400 or 702-575-3741. Again, that's 702-575-3741. I'll see you there.
You are watching Where Are They Now with your host, Dianne Hart. Now here's Dianne.
Welcome back to Where They Now. I'm your host, Dianne Hart Lowman, and my special guest this evening is Mr. Creole King. That's a bad jam. Tell me a little bit about what inspired Saturday night.
Growing up in the South, in a small neighborhood, the neighborhood bar was where everybody they met together, they told stories. So you had some stories of infidelity, sneaky links as they call them today. Saturday night is what I call a sneaky link anthem. A married, single, it's complicated. Saturday night is complicated.
Well, tell me a little bit about why is Saturday night complicated?
Because it's the weekend, people looking to, this particular song is about Saturday night being their regular scheduled program. I don't know where you're going to be Monday through Friday. That ain't got nothing to do with me. But Saturday night, that's all you got to call me.
Okay. Let me ask you this. What is one of your most remembered performances?
Oh, my God. So many. I used to do a cover of Wildflower by Newbert at this club in Atlanta called Cafe 290. And they had the live band, and the band just happened to know the song. As a matter of fact, it was A.J. Alexander. That's the guy that discovered Usher. He used to do this weekly showcase where he was kind of like training younger singers how to perform. And my brother was in the band. And so that's how I ended up going there. And they just happened to know Wildflower. And so I couldn't help it. That's one of them old ballroom songs. My auntie, Lady Red, was a DJ in a ballroom that my uncle owned called the Fish Hook. And she used to play that song all the time. So it's another connection to ballroom music, Southern soul music, right? Wildflower was one of them songs. They call it brown liquor songs.
Yes.
You know what I mean? So one night I'm singing Wildflower. And I got so into the song, and they actually have video footage of me singing this song. I pulled this girl on the stage, I'm singing to her, just all kind of crazy stuff that night. And you can hear somebody say, "Don't look in his eyes." So that would be one memorable moment. One of my proudest moments is attached to this project that I just released, Creole Soul, right? I tried these songs out at a record store. It's a record store in Atlanta, in East Point, actually West End, Atlanta, and it's called JB's Record Lounge. I'm actually going to be doing a show there on June 26th.
That's my birthday.
Really?
Yes, it is.
I'm gonna have to dedicate that show to you then.
You do that. That's my birthday, June 26th.
Okay, so at JB's, my first time performing there, I performed those songs that are on that project, and they worked. And for a songwriter, like that's the first time I did all original music at a show. I didn't do any covers. I did a full show of just original music. And it felt like the people were eating out of my hand. And it just felt so good um to be validated that way. You know what I mean? Not that
Yes.
I don't believe, but just for people to see what I saw.
Right.
And that meant a lot to me. So that was a very special performance.
I can only imagine because that meant that they were connecting with you, not with any cover music, but with your
Yes.
music.
And as a songwriter, that's so important to me.
Are you promoting any shows currently?
So yes, I have a show. Actually, I got booked the other day. It's a spot called the Sweet Potato Cafe. They do music on the porch area, right? And
Hmm.
it's like my homegirl Carrie. She's a dope singer songwriter. Like videographer. She does everything. And she called me and asked me to perform with her. So I'll be going to do like 2, 3 songs at that. So and I'm not coming to play, y'all. I'm telling you now. I'm coming to get busy.
I know that's right. What you say, I'm coming to play for real, but not
Yes.
play. I get it.
Yes.
Yeah, absolutely. So, where can your fans find you on what social media platforms?
All social media platforms is the same for me. Creole King Music. CreoleKingMusic. Creole King Music. Um, my website is creolekingmusic.com. My album is only available on my website. I also have packages for vinyl, for CDs. I have merch available. And the reason I do it that way is because streaming don't pay.
that
And I got a mortgage.
was going to be my next question. We're going to talk a little bit about that streaming process.
Okay.
You are right on it. What do you think about the streaming and how it has changed the industry so much?
I think the bill of goods that we were sold as artists was that our music would be available everywhere, right? But here's the thing. It may be available everywhere, but you don't have the marketing dollars that tells people everywhere that it's available, right? And so what it caused is us to um chase the game in a way that the major artists are. I can't compete with the marketing dollars that Drake has, that Kendrick Lamar has, that I don't know, Beyonce has, right? We're not competing for the same audience. And we as independent artists have to realize that and remember that. And so I feel streaming is a good thing to have, right? But I don't think it should be the initial push for independent artists. We need to be curating our own communities. We need to be curating our own fan base and actually communicating with them consistently. If we're not doing that, then we just get caught up in the wash of streaming.
In streaming, it takes 100,000 to make $4.
I'm good on that.
So you have a mortgage.
I got a
We're gonna,
mortgage.
we're gonna remember that. So,
Yes.
a lot of young people that I've interviewed say, well, I like streaming because, they get me everywhere. People get to see me. But the problem with that is, though, that streaming doesn't pay. CDs would pay, vinyl would pay. And, I think that the larger conglomerates, they just ate it up and said, you know what? We're going to take all that power from them. We're going to stream their songs. They're not going to make.
And they don't have the cost of duplication. They don't have the cost of production anymore, right?
That's right.
So it's a win-win for them, and I'm not knocking it. I'm not hating on nobody, right? I accept what is. And what is the fact that it's business. And in business, they have profit margins, right?
Absolutely.
They don't
Absolutely.
want to take a loss, neither do I. So my way of combating that is to understand where I am and do what I have to do for me. It's so true. Most people only play music from their phone, right? However, if you build in the care for your craft into your packaging, create a scenario where people want to be a part of it, make them a part of the process. That's what I'm finding success with, right? Something tangible for somebody to hold on to.
Right.
You know what I mean? And that'll pay way more than 100,000 streams for $4.
Right. You have to have millions of streams to make
Right.
$4,000. Just
So
imagine if you
a
sold
hundred
records.
thousand streams don't even get me a cup of coffee.
No, no. Just imagine if you had CDs and they were selling, how much money you would have, or records. And my hope is at some point in time, artists will get together and realize the streaming might be good for some people. We still have old cars that have CD players in them.
Yeah.
There are people who like to pop in a CD. We have record players in our homes. Those of us who are really into music. So we'd love to be able to.
Yep. I have 3 turntables in my house.
I have only one.
Yep. I have 3 of them.
So, I think that as with the younger generation, they think streaming is just everything.
Yeah, they do.
Those of us who know that that's not how people made money. It was not through streaming. It was through sales of records and CDs and performances. My hope is that someday it will come. And I think that it's going to come. I just can't see artists forever allowing these huge companies.
There's a large group of independent artists that are waking up, and the information is everywhere. Information is too accessible to just be forever naive, right? And I think that's what's happening. We realizing our power.
That's great. That's great, because we have to realize it. We have to harness our power and take it back.
Right.
So,
we tapping into our delusion and naivete, right?
absolutely. Well, we're going to take another break and we'll listen to another song that you wrote.
Yes.
Did your brother produce it?
No. This one was produced by Terrence Wilson. He actually plays organ at my church.
Oh.
And he produced it. I sent him a voice note, and when he sent back the musical arrangement he did to it, that actually set the tone for the project.
That song is called Hole in the Wall. And when we get back, you can tell me what inspired that song.
Shorty say she in a soft girl era, sick and tired of being tough as leather. She don't wanna have the answer to everybody's questions. You can tell that she done been through hell. I wish she ever get to just exhale. Breathe easy for a minute in a world that's full of motion. Don't nobody wanna be strong all the time. Everybody need to unwind from the grind sometimes. She just wanna line dance a little, let her two-step to that old school. She just wanna sip a little bit of that small batch bourbon that she heard go down so smooth. She don't wanna think about a bill past due. She don't wanna stand on the first one. She just wanna let her hair down, let her band spin around and all and all. Trouble melt away as records play. She forgot that she was stressed all day. Left the world outside and got caught up in the vibe where everybody's happy. Two-stepping got her feeling fine, baby. She get to revel in a peace of mind. Forget her cares for a minute while she dipping and she spinning with the crowd around her clapping. She ain't gotta try to be strong all the time. Don't it feel good to unwind from the grind sometimes? She just wanna line dance a little, let her two-step to that old school. She just wanna sip a little bit of that small batch bourbon that she heard go down so smooth. She don't wanna think about a bill past due. She don't wanna stay at home and fuss with you. She just wanna let her hair down, let her dance with her all in a hole in the wall. Now this the kind of song they gon' play in the ballroom. This the kind of song they gon' play in the ballroom. A two-step for me, a two-step for me, a two-step for me. two-step with it, a two-step with it, a two-step with it, a two-step with it. Now make it move for me, I'm making move for me, I'm making move for me, I'm making move for me. And I dip with it, and I dip with it, and I dip with it, and I dip with it. A spin around for me, a spin around for me, a spin around for me, a spin around for me. Yeah.
Hi, this is Dianne Hart. Be sure to catch my shows as we interview politicians and special guests on Wednesdays at 7 p.m. on The Opening Statement, the Lit TV network on Roku. Also, watch Where Are They Now as I interview entertainers of yesterday and today at 7:30 p.m. Detroit Hot TV on Facebook. Thank you.
You are watching Where Are They Now with your host, Dianne Hart. Now here's Dianne.
Welcome back to Where They Now. I'm your host, Dianne Hart Lowman, and this evening I have the pleasure of interviewing a phenomenal gentleman, Mr. Creole King. That's a bad jam. Tell me what inspired that song.
Seeing my mother-in-law and my wife two-step, that's number one. Also, just conversations I was having with people just at work or just in passing. And it just seemed like everybody was just tired of the hustle bustle of everyday life. And everybody was just waiting for the weekend, just wanting to let their hair down, right? And so it's one of those songs that tells that story. Like the first line was inspired by one of my coworkers. She said she was in her soft girl era. That's the gist of it. You know, she just want to line dance a little. Right. Let her two-step to that old school groove. You know what I mean? Have a little drink, spin around, and just be surrounded by love. Be surrounded by people who have of like minds.
Absolutely. So let me ask you this. What advice would you give to an up-and-coming individual in the music industry?
Self-awareness. That's the key. Now, as an artist, as a creative, as a person with ADHD, undiagnosed, who you are is not necessarily a static thing. Who you are is a dynamic idea, right? Because you're always in the space of becoming, right? You're always learning. You're always growing. You're always evolving. So you don't want to be so rigid on I am who I am, right? You're gonna change, and that's fine. But know who you are at your core. What are your values, right? I think Dave Chappelle said his daddy told him when he got into music, into show business, figure out your price, and when it get too expensive, leave. And that's the advice I would give. Know who you are and know what you stand for.
And when we talk about contracts and what that might look like from a legal standpoint, what would be some advice you would give these young folk?
Get a lawyer or create simple, very, very simple contracts amongst you and the people you work with. Very simple. Layman's terms, right? Discuss splits up front. That way everybody knows what to expect. And do what you say you're going to do.
You say be a man of your word and don't deviate from that.
That is, yes.
Absolutely. Yeah, that's really, really important. And I understand that so many people have been taken advantage of because they did not have contracts, or the contract they had drawn up was horrible and they did not have a legal person to actually take a look.
Desperation does that. But it's also tied to chasing the wrong thing. A lot of us is out here chasing fame. You know what I mean? Fame don't pay no mortgage.
So what do you think they should be chasing?
Purpose. Right. Chase that thing that I'm not me if I'm not doing something creative. Right. Whether that's writing songs, whether that's writing raps, whether that's recording songs, whether that's helping somebody else write. That's me being me. I can wake up out of my sleep, out of a deep sleep, and do this. It's purpose. It's the fulfillment you get out of doing it.
Wow. So let me ask you, what do you think has kept you in this space all these years as you have continued to grow?
Could be delusion and naivete. It could be could be a love for it, passion,
Sure it is.
support of my family.
Mm-hmm.
I can't stress that enough. Yeah, uh, a love for it, a love for expressing myself, a love for being understood.
Well, hey, there's nothing like doing what you love to do. So this is more than just making money or any of that. You truly enjoy writing and singing.
Yes, I do. I got voice notes full of songs. I have recording programs on my phone full of songs. I have notebooks full of songs. I'm not me if I'm not doing that. And I don't feel fulfilled if I'm not doing that. And I also find that I do that better when I'm out amongst people. Not as far as the creating, but as far as I guess, whatever. I believe that songs find us, right? And I believe that when we're out experiencing life, experiencing people, hearing stories, listening to people when they're talking, our receptors are up. And I think just that I think I may be addicted to that. If I'm being honest, I may be addicted to that. Life turning into a song.
Right.
That process.
Well, I just think that's a part of you all's creativity that when you hear something, it's like, oh, that's a song.
Yep.
Me, I would say, why are people saying that? You would say, oh, that's a song.
Yep.
Immediately.
Immediately.
When do you think you're the most creative? Is it just when you're out among people, or when do you think you're the most creative?
That's hard to say for me because I think the more I grow, the more I
Mhm.
understand the thing that works in me to create. And so I've experienced it over a myriad of different ways, right? So I can't
Mhm.
say, oh, I gotta have the lights dim this low, or I gotta be in the club, or it's not that it's not that cut and dry for me. The wind could blow and make me write a song.
Right.
So I'm open all the time, and I submit to it. I do.
That's great. That's great. Well, like for me, I like to drive, and when I'm driving, that's my most creative time when I can kind of concentrate and figure out where I'm going, what am I going to do next. But hey, everybody have their moments, and you have
Right.
them all the time, so be grateful.
I'm definitely grateful because I know it's bigger than me. I know that.
So, tell us something that you would like our audience to know about you that I have not asked you about.
I'm just starting. This wave is just starting. Um, where it goes, just all I want y'all to do is take the ride with me. Let's figure it out together.
Absolutely. So, if people wanted to reach out to you, ask you to do a project, how do they get in touch with you? Do they do it on social media?
Absolutely. Yes. I handle my own social media.
Hmm.
Um, I answer direct messages, all of that. Please reach out. I would love to work with you.
Is there somebody out there in particular you'd like to record with that you haven't had an opportunity to do yet?
So this question keep coming up.
So, obviously, there's a reason why.
I'm feeling like God really trying me. There's a producer from New York. I think he's from New York. Salam Remy. He used to produce for the Fugees. He's produced for Nas. He produced for Amy Winehouse. He has this sound that I just feel like I could wreck shop with. So Salam Remy, if he hears this, I want to work with you, bro.
I know that's right. And then the best way to get it out there is to put it out there.
That's
Once you
right.
put
And
it out to the
that goes back to
universe,
the delusion and naivete because I know where he is, right?
that's
But
right.
he's one of my favorite producers of all time.
That's the way to get it out there. You put it into the universe and wait for it to show up because it
Hmm.
shall. There's no question about it. So, is there anything else you'd like to tell us?
Thank y'all. And please check out my new album, Creole Soul. It's available on my website, www.creolekingmusic.com. I haven't put it on streaming sites yet.
Okay.
It might be a minute before it go there, but please go to my website, sign the guest book on my website, subscribe to my YouTube, Creole King Music. Just keep in touch with me. I promise you won't regret it.
Wow. How time flies. I hear that little music in my ear, but I want to thank you for the opportunity to interview you. I am looking forward to it. Well, you know that we will be playing your music on Detroit Hot Radio. I'm looking forward to seeing you do great things. Now, don't forget me when I come to your show. Don't pretend like you don't know me.
I'm sure not. I'm sure not.
I don't know that lady when I'm at the door and I'm saying, please tell him that Representative Dianne Hart Lowman is at the door. Listen, you can watch me every Wednesday night on the opening statement on Tampa Bay TV on Roku. That's at 7 o'clock on the Lit TV network. That's every Wednesday night. On Thursday nights, I am on Where Are They Now on Detroit Hot Television Facebook. Be sure to also listen to Detroit Hot Radio. You want to hear this young man? Tune into Detroit Hot Radio. You will be hearing him on our air very soon. Please watch our shows so that you can see who's up and coming. Our show is Where Are They Now? We want you to understand that they started somewhere and where are they now? And we want to help them to grow. Also, don't forget to go to my YouTube, like and subscribe to Dianne Hart 2126. Also, hit the bell, and every time I put up a video, you will be notified. Listen, we're on all the streaming networks, on all the streaming platforms. I'm looking forward to a new radio station that's coming soon. I'll start talking about it in a moment. But we are coming. So thank you, Mr. Creole King. I really appreciate this opportunity.
I appreciate you as well. And shout out to Al Chauncey for plugging me with you.
Oh, yeah, Al Chauncey.
Our brother.
Yes, indeed. Thank you. We'll see you soon.
Peace.
Good night.
Detroit Hot Television, on the cutting edge of urban internet TV.
It's a new day for Detroit radio. It's internet radio. Make sure you're streaming in your car. Detroit's digital radio station for a new generation. DetroitHotRadio.com. Terrestrial radio can't do what we do because we are setting a new standard in Detroit. The best Detroit artists are here, along with all your national favorites. The most music 24/7 by all your local favorites, like Anita Baker, Michael Henderson, Kim,
So how did you find your way back in
and the Dramatics. If they're from Detroit, they're heard here. This is where Detroit turns for R&B from yesterday and today.
24 karat magic in the air.
Detroit Hot Radio.